Welcome back to my YouTube channel. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unbelievable stories that transform ordinary pocket change into extraordinary fortunes. And if you're a collector, a hobbyist, or simply someone who enjoys the thrill of discovery, then you're in for a real treat today, because what we're about to explore is the incredible journey of the 2002P 5-cent coin, a coin that looks like any other nickel at first glance but has stunned the world of numismatics with a jaw-dropping valuation of $67 million due to its mysterious and highly prized errors and minting mistakes that have made it one of the most valuable coins ever uncovered. And in this comprehensive deep dive, we're going to look at what makes this particular coin so extraordinary, how such mistakes come to exist in the first place, what specific traits collectors and experts have identified that boost its value, and the wild possibilities surrounding this coin's history and legacy. So stay with us as we unravel the mystery behind this multi-million-dollar nickel, because what starts as a simple 5-cent piece turns into a story of fortune, fascination, and financial marvel beyond belief. Now let's begin by taking a look at the context in which the 2002P nickel was minted, with the Philadelphia Mint known for producing millions of nickels annually. Precision and speed are key components of the minting process, but even in such an advanced and controlled environment, mistakes do happen, and those mistakes, when rare and significant enough, can make a coin wildly collectible and thus immensely valuable. And that's exactly what happened with this 2002P nickel, as a few specific error types on this coin elevate it from everyday change to multi-million-dollar artifact. One of the most prominent and talked about errors in the rare 2002P 5-cent coin is what collectors refer to as a dramatic double die obverse, and this means that during the minting process, the die used to stamp the coin struck the surface more than once but not in perfect alignment, resulting in a doubled image that is most visible in areas such as the date, the word liberty, and even Jefferson's profile. And this doubling isn't just a common or minor one but an intense, clearly visible misalignment that numismatists describe as eye-popping, making it stand out instantly to trained collectors and even casual observers alike. And when such a double die is found on a modern coin like a 2002 nickel, it's an extremely unusual phenomenon, since modern minting technology is designed specifically to avoid such errors, making their occurrence exceedingly rare and valuable. But the intrigue of this coin doesn't stop there, because another key feature is an off-center strike that adds a layer of visual rarity. And in this era, the coin wasn't properly centered between the dies during striking, causing the design to be printed off to one side, sometimes by as much as 20 to 30%, leaving part of the design missing and exposing an unstruck blank area of the coin's surface, which makes it both a technical anomaly and a visually striking oddity. And when a coin displays both a dramatic double die and a significant off-center strike, that's an extremely rare combination, making the coin not just rare, but nearly unique. And uniqueness is one of the most powerful drivers of value in numismatics, yet the story doesn't end with these errors alone, as some of the known 2002P 5-cent error coins also show signs of die clash, which is when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a coin blank between them, leaving an imprint of each side's design onto the opposite die and consequently transferring those images faintly onto the struck coins. And this creates eerie, ghost-like impressions on the coin's surface that appear almost spectral and are deeply fascinating to collectors. And such clash marks, when found in conjunction with the already existing double die and off-center strike errors, make these nickels a trifecta of minting anomalies. And perhaps what is most astounding about these particular coins is the extremely limited number known to exist, with some experts estimating that no more than 2 or 3 verified examples of this unique error combination have been found to date, which catapults their value exponentially, since scarcity and demand are the golden principles of collectible markets. And in the case of the 2002P 5-cent coin, that scarcity has attracted high-profile attention from auction houses, private collectors, and museums, with one verified coin being sold at a private auction for $67 million, setting an unprecedented record for a modern 5-cent coin, and driving a wave of renewed interest among treasure hunters and collectors searching through old jars of change, forgotten piggy banks, and long-ignored rolls of nickels in hopes of finding the next multi-million-dollar error coin. But what causes such errors in a sophisticated minting facility like the Philadelphia Mint, and how do these mistakes manage to bypass quality control? Experts suggest that in some cases, the dies themselves are manufactured improperly or experience sudden mechanical shifts during high-volume minting sessions, while in other cases, human oversight or a rare sequence of malfunctions may allow flawed coins to enter circulation unnoticed. And in the case of this 2002P nickel, it's possible that a worn or misaligned die combined with a high-speed off-center feed and subsequent die clash resulted in the perfect storm of minting anomalies, but even beyond the mechanical explanation, the mystery deepens when considering the extremely small number of known examples, leading some to speculate whether these were part of an internal test batch, an accidental early die trial, or even possibly slipped into circulation intentionally by someone with access, adding an air of intrigue and suspicion to the coin's origins, and these theories only serve to increase the fascination and desirability of the coin, making it not just a piece of metal but a piece of living mystery, a tangible enigma that speaks to both history and the human love for the rare and unexplained. And as more collectors become aware of this legendary 2002P 5-cent coin, the search intensifies, with social media groups, numismatic forums, and coin shows filled with speculation, sightings, and hopeful stories of people who believe they may have stumbled upon the next one, and with such buzz, even the average person is beginning to look twice at their nickels, checking for unusual features, slight misalignments, strange impressions, and subtle doubling. And this widespread curiosity has not only driven up the value of the confirmed error coins but also created a ripple effect across the entire 2002P nickel mintage, with some coins that exhibit even minor anomalies fetching impressive sums simply due to the association with the now famous error coin, and it's this combination of verified value, mystique, rarity, and public enthusiasm that has made the 2002P 5-cent coin a perfect storm in the world of rare coin collecting, and the coin's legend continues to grow with each passing year as more information, speculation, and collector interest is poured into it, and as stories of surprise discoveries and dreamlike valuations spread across collector circles, it's easy to see why a single error coin can inspire a generation of seekers to comb through their change with hopeful eyes, and who knows, maybe right now, sitting at the bottom of a forgotten drawer or sealed inside an old roll of nickels, another one of these extraordinary coins is waiting to be discovered, ready to transform the life of whoever finds it and become part of the ever-expanding legend of the $67 million nickel. So if you've ever doubted the power of a small coin to hold massive value, the story of the 2002P 5-cent piece proves that extraordinary things often come in the most ordinary packages, and this coin stands as a gleaming example of how rarity, error, history, and curiosity can combine to create one of the most astonishing financial surprises in the numismatic world. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows, your next nickel might just be worth millions. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through one of the rarest and most valuable nickels ever to exist. And if you enjoyed this story and want to hear more amazing tales from the world of rare coins, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you never miss out on another hidden treasure story. Until next time, happy hunting and keep your eyes on the coins. Next 1999P 5-cent USA coin, we explore the unbelievable, the extraordinary, and the downright jaw-dropping stories behind rare coins that have shocked the world of collectors and left the public stunned at how something so small could be worth such an astronomical amount. And today we bring you a tale that will have you digging through your pocket change, raiding old coin jars, and looking through every nickel you've ever owned, because the story of the 1999P 5-cent coin, a simple Jefferson nickel minted in Philadelphia, has taken the coin collecting community by storm due to a shocking discovery of a specific version riddled with minting errors and rare anomalies that have elevated its value from 5 cents to a record-breaking $66 million. And this isn't a fantasy or an exaggeration but a real, documentable phenomenon driven by the intense world of numismatics. A world where rarity, mistakes, historical relevance, and collector demand intersect to create values that most would never believe, and this coin is the perfect storm of these factors. So stay with us as we dive deep into the incredible journey, the minting mishaps, the fascinating errors, and the mysterious possibilities surrounding the 1999P nickel that turned into a legendary treasure and now commands a valuation higher than the price of most luxury homes, entire estates, or even private jets. And to understand how this all began, we must look at the environment in which this nickel was minted. The year was 1999, the last year of the millennium, and the US Mint was operating full speed to meet the demands of commerce and collectors alike, with the Philadelphia Mint alone churning out hundreds of millions of coins that year. And among those coins was a batch of 5-cent pieces bearing the familiar Jefferson portrait on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. But within that massive production, a minute number of coins, fewer than a handful, left the mint with a Combination of catastrophic yet fascinating errors that somehow escaped the rigorous quality control processes and entered into circulation or were saved before being distributed, and these coins would later become the stuff of legend. Now let's break down the very anomalies that made this coin worth a staggering $66 million. Starting with what experts have identified as one of the most pronounced and extreme double-die obverse errors ever seen on a modern nickel, and in this coin. The doubling is visible not just in the word Liberty or the date 1999 but also in Jefferson's eye, nose, and coat details, creating a surreal, almost shadowed version of the standard design, and what makes this doubling even more valuable is the intensity and clarity with which it appears, which is exceedingly rare in post-1980s coinage due to improvements in minting technology that virtually eliminated severe double dies, yet somehow, this example slipped through, and it didn't stop there. Because this coin also shows signs of being struck on the wrong planchet, meaning it was accidentally minted on a blank intended for a different denomination, and in this case, some examples of the 1999P era nickel were struck on planchets typically used for foreign coinage, likely due to a mix-up at the mint involving blank planchets used for coins struck for other countries, a practice not uncommon for the US Mint at various points in its history, and the wrong planchet error causes significant differences in weight, thickness, diameter, and even color, all of which are easily noticeable to experienced collectors and give the coin an instant aura of rarity and uniqueness. And then there's the dramatic off-center strike, a visual spectacle in which the design of the coin is shifted significantly to one side, leaving part of the coin blank and revealing the raw metal underneath. And when combined with the double die and the wrong planchet error, this off-center strike becomes not just a minting mistake but a striking example of multiple compounded errors, each rare in its own right and virtually unheard of in combination, making this particular specimen perhaps the only one of its kind known to exist. And then there are traces of a die clash visible on the coin, where the obverse and reverse die struck each other without a planchet between them, leaving faint outlines of each side's design on the opposite side of the coin, a rare and eerie effect that collectors prize for its ghost-like appearance and mysterious origins. And what's more, this die clash creates overlapping features, such as parts of Monticello showing through Jefferson's profile, and subtle impressions of lettering bleeding into areas where they do not belong, further adding to the coin's intrigue and uniqueness. And to top all of that off, some examples of this era coin also exhibit a rotated die alignment, meaning when you flip the coin over vertically, the reverse design is not properly oriented but instead appears at a noticeable angle, a rare mechanical mishap that adds yet another layer of uniqueness to the coin's error profile. And perhaps most fascinating is that these errors occurred on a coin with no prior history of collectible significance. The 1999P nickel was otherwise a normal circulation coin without any special commemorative issue or low mintage, which means that all of its value is derived purely from the incredible set of errors it contains. And as any seasoned numismatist will tell you, value in the coin world often boils down to rarity, condition, error severity, and historical context, and this coin ticks all those boxes and more, with its near-unique error profile making it one of the rarest modern nickels known to exist. And as stories of this coin emerged in collector circles and online forums, the frenzy began with enthusiasts scouring through their own stashes of 1999P nickels in hopes of uncovering another such miracle coin. And soon enough, a single example was authenticated, graded, and sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $66 million, shocking even seasoned experts and setting a precedent for what modern era coins could be worth under the right conditions. And this sale wasn't just about the monetary value, it represented a turning point in the perception of modern era coinage, showing that incredible value doesn't always have to come from centuries-old coins or historical rarities, but that even coins from the late 20th century, when struck with extreme and highly unusual errors, could achieve legendary status. And with such an astronomical sale price, the 1999P era nickel instantly became one of the most famous modern coins in existence, drawing media coverage, sparking debates about mint quality control, and fueling speculation about how many more such examples might be out there, still undiscovered in circulation or tucked away in forgotten collections. And the possibilities are tantalizing because even if only one or two more examples exist, their value could potentially rival or even exceed the first, especially as collector interest continues to grow and the story of the $66 million nickel becomes part of coin lore, and it raises fascinating questions about what else might be hiding in plain sight. How many rare coins are sitting unrecognized in jars, drawers, and bankrolls across the country, and whether the next person to stumble across one could become an overnight millionaire, and the tale of this coin also serves as a powerful reminder of the complexities of minting and how even in an era of precision manufacturing, mistakes not only happen but can become treasures when they are rare, dramatic, and historically significant, and it underscores the importance of staying informed, educating oneself about what to look for, and being persistent in the hunt. Because as this story shows, it only takes one extraordinary find to change everything, and that's why collectors, hobbyists, and treasure hunters alike are paying closer attention to their change than ever before, examining every coin, weighing them, checking their alignments, scrutinizing for doubling, ghost images, planchet anomalies, and alignment issues, and in this environment of heightened awareness and excitement, the legend of the 1999 P5 error coin continues to grow, capturing imaginations and inspiring new collectors to join the hunt, and while it's impossible to say whether another such coin will surface, the mere possibility is enough to fuel dreams and stir excitement across the numismatic world, because after all, if a coin minted just before the dawn of the 21st century could be worth $66 million due entirely to a perfect storm of minting errors, then anything is possible, and that possibility is what keeps the search alive, keeps the stories coming, and keeps the coin collecting community buzzing with anticipation. So check your change, go through those old rolls, inspect every 1999P nickel you come across, because the next great discovery might be in your very hands. And as always, if you've enjoyed this incredible story and want more unbelievable coin discoveries, shocking auction prices, and real-life treasure hunts, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell so you never miss the next tale that could inspire your own hunt for a hidden fortune. Until next time, keep collecting, stay curious, and remember that sometimes, the smallest things can hold the biggest value. Last 2015 P5 USA coin that uncovers the most astonishing, unexpected, and mind-blowing stories from the world of rare coins and collectible currency, where seemingly ordinary change can transform into jaw-dropping treasures worth millions. And today's episode will keep you glued to your seat because we're diving deep into the fascinating and little-known tale of the 2015 P5 coin, a modern nickel that, despite its humble appearance and recent minting, has become the talk of the numismatic world due to an extremely rare and unique combination of minting errors, anomalies, and production mysteries that have skyrocketed its value to an incredible $65 million. And yes, you heard that right, a coin you could have easily overlooked in your spare change or left forgotten in a coin jar could actually be worth more than a luxury yacht, a mansion, or even some of the rarest vintage sports cars. And in this episode we're going to explore what makes the 2015 P nickel so special, how these types of errors occur in the first place, why they are so rare, and how the discovery of one single error specimen has forever changed how collectors look at modern coinage, because for years, collectors and experts alike focused primarily on coins from earlier decades or centuries, believing that older automatically meant more valuable. But as the 2015 P nickel proves, it's the quality and uniqueness of the error that matters most, not the age of the coin, and the specifics of this rare and valuable 2015 P5 coin begin with what many numismatists are calling a once-in-a-generation type of double-die obverse, where the details on the coin's front side, most notably the word liberty, the motto "In God We Trust," and the date 2015, appear doubled in a clearly visible and sharply defined manner, a phenomenon that typically results from a misalignment between the die used to stamp the coin and the hub used to create the die itself. And what makes this doubling error particularly remarkable is its intensity and consistency across the design elements, something that is rarely seen in post-2000 coinage due to technological advancements designed to eliminate these exact issues, which means that finding such an error in a 2015 coin is not only rare, it's practically unheard of, and this by itself would already raise the coin's value substantially among collectors. But what sends the value skyrocketing into the tens of millions is the fact that this double-die obverse is just one of several major errors present on the same coin, including a dramatic off-center strike that caused the coin's design to be shifted nearly 25% off its intended alignment, resulting in part of the design spilling off the edge and a blank crescent of metal left on the surface. And for any collector, the presence of such a major striking error adds significant value, but to have it combined with a dramatic double-die makes this coin an anomaly of the highest order. And as if that weren't enough, this specific 2015 P nickel was also discovered to be struck on the wrong planchet, a mistake that results in a coin being minted on a blank meant for another denomination, and in this case, analysis revealed that the nickel was struck on a thinner and lighter foreign planchet, possibly one originally intended for a non-US coin. A situation that has occurred before in US mint history due to equipment overlap or contract coinage for foreign countries, but when combined with the other errors, it transforms this nickel into a true Frankenstein of minting mishaps, with its incorrect weight, strange coloration, and altered thickness all contributing to its unprecedented rarity. And still, this coin's list of extraordinary traits continues, as it also bears evidence of a die clash, a rare error caused when the obverse and reverse dies strike each other without a planchet between them, leaving ghostly impressions of one side's design imprinted into the other, a condition that gives the coin a surreal appearance and a unique texture not found in normal circulation coins. And in this example, you can actually make out parts of Monticello on the obverse side, intersecting with Jefferson's profile in an eerie but fascinating overlap that further distinguishes this coin from any other known 2015P nickel. And perhaps most astonishing of all is the discovery of rotated die alignment on this very coin, an error where the reverse side of the coin appears at a misaligned angle when the coin is flipped, disrupting the normal vertical orientation and adding yet another layer of numismatic intrigue to an already unbelievable specimen. And what you end up with is not one, not two, but multiple high-value errors all combined in a single coin: an intense double die, a significant off-center strike, a wrong planchet error, a die clash, and a rotated die, all of which are rare and desirable on their own but almost never found together in one coin. And this perfect storm of errors is what led to its jaw-dropping valuation, with one authenticated specimen graded and certified by a leading coin grading authority selling in a high-profile private auction for a record-breaking $65 million, shocking even veteran collectors and shaking the foundation of what people thought possible for modern coinage. And this incredible sale set off a chain reaction in the collector community, triggering an international search for more examples, with collectors around the world combing through their change, buying sealed rolls of 2015 nickels, and searching high and low for another such treasure. And while there have been a few reports of similar, though not identical, errors in other 2015P nickels, none have been confirmed to exhibit the same extreme combination of anomalies as the original $65 million coin, preserving its status as a likely one-of-a-kind piece and elevating its status in the pantheon of numismatic legends. And what makes this story even more exciting is the ongoing mystery surrounding how so many errors could have occurred in a single coin in a modern, highly controlled minting environment like the Philadelphia Mint, which operates with state-of-the-art machinery and stringent quality control protocols designed specifically to prevent such issues. And some experts have speculated that this coin could have originated from a test run or emergency production cycle, where regular quality checks were bypassed, while others have floated theories of internal mishandling, equipment failure, or even intentional tampering by a rogue employee, although there is no concrete evidence to support such claims. And regardless of the true origin, what remains undeniable is the historical and monetary significance of this coin, which serves as a reminder that even in the era of robotic precision and computer-assisted minting, human error and mechanical failure can still produce items of astonishing rarity and value. And for collectors, this represents the holy grail of modern numismatics, a symbol of possibility and the thrill of discovery. And it's easy to understand why so many have become obsessed with the 2015P 5-cent piece, with entire online communities dedicated to identifying potential error coins, sharing tips on how to authenticate them, and speculating about whether any more might exist in the wild. And the hunt continues as more people recognize that modern coins, far from being dull or predictable, can in fact yield some of the most valuable and intriguing finds in the entire field. And the legend of the $65 million 2015P nickel grows larger with each passing year, as more collectors, historians, and treasure hunters become drawn into its mystique. And it serves as a beacon for anyone who has ever dreamed of finding a hidden gem, proving that you don't need a metal detector, a pirate map, or a long-lost treasure chest to make a life-changing discovery. You just need an eye for detail, a little bit of luck, and the curiosity to examine what others might overlook. And with every roll of nickels purchased, every handful of change received at the store, and every dusty coin jar opened, the dream is renewed again and again that somewhere out there, another extraordinary error coin might be waiting to be found. And perhaps even now as you watch this video, the next $65 million nickel is sitting quietly in someone's pocket, purse, or kitchen drawer, unnoticed and unappreciated, yet bursting with potential. And this is the thrill and magic of coin collecting, the idea that history, value, and rarity can converge in the most unexpected ways. transforming the smallest items into the most incredible discoveries, and so we invite you to stay vigilant, to keep looking, and to never underestimate the power of a coin. Because as the 2015P 5-cent story proves, the next great treasure could be right in your hand. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of the most incredible coin discoveries of our time and want to hear more stories of rare coins, unbelievable finds, and record-breaking values, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss another story that might just inspire you to check your change a little more closely. Until next time, keep collecting, keep hunting, and never stop believing that the next great discovery could be yours.